Right, next week in maths, we're going to be learning about multiplying double-digit numbers by double-digit numbers. Coming up on this YouTube video, you're going to learn a lot about it. Okay, so watch carefully, take any notes, get ready with any questions that you need to know for the week. See you next week. Bye.
Alright, as I said, we're going to be looking at multiplying two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers this week. We're going to look at, the first way we're going to look at doing this is firstly by estimating and then partitioning the numbers to check. For the estimation, what I'm going to do, let's see, we're going to look at 29 multiplied by 17. Now to estimate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make the numbers easier and see how close I can get to the actual answer. 29, I'm going to round up to 30 because that's going to be easy to multiply. 17, I'm going to round down to 15 because I can multiply that quite easily. Let's see, 30 times 10 is 300, 30 times 5 is 150. 300 plus 150 equals 450. So keep that number in mind. That's my estimation. Now let's partition it and actually see what the 29 times 17 is. So I'm going to split the 29 into 20 and 9 and the 17 into 10 and 7. Okay, now by partition it, I will make it a little bit easier for myself. To start with, I need to do 20 times 10, which that's quite easy. That's 200, we know that. And also I need to do 20 times 7, which is 140. I know 2 times 7 is 14, so 20 times 7 would be 140. Now I'm going to do 9 times 10, again, really easy one. 9 times 10, okay, which is 90. And then lastly, 9 times 7. Now I've practiced my 9 times tables recently, so I know quite quickly that that is 63. Now I just need to add all these numbers together and it will give me the answer. 200 plus 140 equals 340. 340 plus 90 equals 430. 430 plus 63 equals 493. So there you go. I've got my answer by partitioning all the numbers. And if you remember back, my estimation was 450. So actually, the difference between 450 and 493, I was quite close, wasn't I? Okay, right, the next way we're going to look at things is we're going to try and use partitioning again, but this time use the grid method, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to write out, let's see, 63 times 38. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write up a grid here with 4 boxes. I'm going to partition 60 into 60 and 3, 30 into 30 and 8. Now let's see how we get on. Firstly, I'm going to do 30 times 60. Now I know 3 times 6 is 18, so I can know quite quickly 30 times 60 is 1,800. Okay, right, now 30 times 3, I know that 3 times 3 is 9, so 30 times 3 must be 90. Now let's do 8. 8 times 60, I know 8 times 6 is 48, so 8 times 60 must be 480. And lastly, 8 times 3, which quite simple, that is of course 24. Okay, now so what I've got is I've got 1,890, so I've added 1,800 plus 90. Now I'm going to do 480 plus 24, which takes me to 504. Okay, and add that together. Takes me to 0 plus 4, 9 plus 0, 8 plus 5 is 13, so I'll take my 3 there. Add a 1 into the thousands column. 1 plus 1 is 2. And there you go, I've got my answer, 2,394. That is the grid method. Okay, and now the last method I'm going to show you today is multiplying 2 digits by 2 digits using the expanded written method. Now I'm going to use the same numbers as before just to make it really easy. Let's see, we're going to do 63 times 38. Now have a look at how I set this out. Okay, so 63 times 38. I'm going to start by doing 8 times 3, which is 24. Oopsie, first mistake, never mind, I can rub that out. You see, even your teachers make mistakes sometimes. So 8 times 3, 24. Put my 4 there, the 2 goes up here. 8 times 6 is 48. 48 plus 2, let's see, that is 50. Okay, now the next one I'm going to be multiplying by 30, so because that's a number in the tens, I'm going to add a 0 to the ones column. Now I can do 3 times 3, or it's actually 30 times 3, which is of course 90. So there, I've got that answer there. 3 times 6, which is 18, well, actually 30 times 6, so that's going to be 1,890. That's 30 times 60, which of course is 1,800. Okay, and 4 plus 0, 4. 0 plus 9, 9. 5 plus 8, 13. And 1 plus 1 is 2. There we go, and that's that finished for today. As always, look for the links in the description box and give it a practice, and you'll be ready when you come to school next week to do all of these methods, and we'll be able to hit the ground running. Right, enjoy the rest of your weekend.